Ghost Wars. I just wanted to go through a quick tutorial on some things that I've seen and heard people ask about in the game that might be a little bit tricky when you first pick it up, even if you're a more experienced player or if you played Ghost Recon Wildlands PvE or co-op before. So once you've loaded into Ghost Wars, you'll come to this main menu in the lobby where you can go through and select your quick play, your ranked, and your custom games. One thing that's nice right off the bat, if you want to, you can actually go into a custom game on your own. You can go to the match settings, you can pick what game mode, and you can pick the map you want to load into. Then click back, and even if you have no one else with you, you can click start, and it'll allow you to load into the map by yourself. So obviously, you're probably going to win unless you blow yourself up. But what's nice with this game mode, or not even game mode, but what's nice about being able to load into a custom map on your own is you can practice movement, you can practice peeking corners, you can adjust your mouse
Hunt down
sensitivity
and eliminate hostile forces
wherever
in the
you
area.
think you're going to want it. And you can find peek angles, like you can look out and see, okay, is that where the enemy is going to be? I can take and pop a SATCOM out there. If I'm Sentinel, which you won't have right off the bat, but on my mini-map I can see that where I landed that is still on the map. So you could do the same thing, like you ping over there and you'll be able to see your ping on the map and you'll be able to tell what the limits are to what you're seeing. So that's really handy. And then it's nice to get into here so you can kind of see what can I hide behind. Is this going to provide enough cover for me? If I hold this, am I going to stand up, or what am I going to do? How is my character going to act? How exposed am I going to be? You can practice routes through a map, see what route you think you might want to take the first time you play. And other good things to practice would be, trying to get behind things that are maybe low cover like this. Somewhere where maybe you can pop up over and get a good shot with minimal exposure. That's always good, right? So I'm going to sprint across here too because it's just neat. You're able to go around. It's nice and quiet. Nobody's going to bother you. If you run out of ammo, you can get the ammo crates. You still have the time limits on there, which you can change the time limit, but you can kind of see, like, you sidle the wall, and you can see how you pop out to aim. Or you can just go like that and shoot in the corner. So that's a nice way to practice movement and shooting positions as well. Another thing that's good to know right off the bat, and I'll just cover it now because you can't cover it in the menus, a lot of times you'll come up to this wall, and I want to peek this side, but my pistol is on this side. So if you click your center mouse button on PC, boom, we switch our crosshairs to the other side, so we have minimal exposure, and we can still snap right around that corner if we need to make that shot without exposing ourselves. And that's an important thing too. So I can look around here and I can see like this far side of the corner from full cover. So I can see if someone's coming out, and then if they start to pull out, I can pull my crosshairs back up and really quickly just snap right to him, get my kill, and move on. So that's definitely a handy thing. I'll go over in another video the abilities of different character classes, so we'll actually talk about what the Sentinel does, and I'll try to get somebody in here to help me demo that. So yeah, so now we're just going to pop back to the main menu. Now that we've confirmed that you can load into a custom game by yourself to learn movement, or you can log in with one other person on the other team, a friend of yours, and if you want to train back and forth, it's definitely handy. So I'm just going to go over some basic things and some theories that I have, I guess, that I'll just mention as I go through. So you got your lobby, you got your quick plays, your ranked, your custom games. Ranked becomes available, I believe, at level, level 10, I think. I might be wrong on that. It's been a while since I started ranked, but you got the tutorials tab, which will kind of go through different game modes. They're handy to look at the first time you're playing. options, obviously, to change your graphics settings, your controller settings, your mouse and keyboard. One thing I did right off the bat is went to the bottom of, let's see, here, and changed my aim mode to hold from toggle, and I changed my prone and my crouch to toggle just because I'm more comfortable that way. So that's a handy thing. Adjusted my mouse sensitivity and all that great stuff. So that's handy. Under gameplay, you'll want to do basic things. The matchmaking region auto detect is fine. I don't see a problem with that. Your matchmaking filters and your toggle aim mode, I think, is just fine. So nothing big there. This is all just simple stuff. So I'm going to go through and see if there's anything else under here I need to talk about. Not really. You can go through the menus there, and then you got store, so you can go in and buy all your skins, because skins equal wins. There's really nothing in here about that. There's skins and there's extra content that doesn't help you strategically, but definitely makes you look cool. I'll take that back. The Spec Ops crates, they just added some Rainbow Six Siege characters, and the first time I saw Tachanka, I was so overjoyed and shocked that I got shot in the head because I couldn't shoot him. So watch out for that. But now we're going to go across these bars on the top. The first one's going to be progression. This is your progression tree. As you level up, you're going to get tokens to unlock either character classes or perks or bonuses for those character classes. I'm not going to get into detail on these just yet, but I'll do the gist of it for you. Everyone starts at level 1 with Recruit. If you purchase the Season Pass, you will have Predator, Disruptor, as well as Pathfinder. Every other class you're going to have to unlock as you go. When you hit level 50, you'll have the option to go Prestige 1. When you Prestige up, you'll have one token, so you can unlock one character, and you'll have Recruit by default, but you start from scratch. So you'll have your Recruit character class and one that you choose, and then you'll have to unlock all of your perks and bonuses again. The upside to Prestiging is eventually, once you hit Prestige 10 and level 50 in Prestige 10, you never have to unlock a thing again. There's some other bonuses. You get skins and things of that nature. So nothing huge, but it definitely offers you something for going up. And it does offer some more replayability. I find it a lot of fun to Prestige up, because when you start over again, you have to be very careful about what character class you pick, and your weapon selection and your perk and your bonus selection. It just makes the game more fun to replay through again. And then you've got your classes like your Recruit, and you can go in there and select a variety of different weapons. There's an assault rifle, a shotgun, and a sniper, so you can use them for a variety of different things. And all of the perks under Recruit, aside from Promotion, which you'll get after you've gotten to Prestige 1, which is an HP and damage dealt bonus, which is really handy to have. All the ones above that are usable with every other class, and they'll say usable on all classes in the yellow letters right below it. So, and this one's usable only on Recruit. When you go into these classes, Assault, all these perks are only usable for Assault. All these bonuses are only usable for Assault. Recruit has no bonuses, they just have perks. Every other class is going to have some sort of bonus. Now, the perks, you can select one per character per round. Bonuses are passive. They're all once you've selected them, they're always on. So for this one, you'll have like the ammo capacity, more binocular zoom, explosion resistance, and you get health gained after you've been revived, which is a kind of a cool feature in this game. There's no medic class; just any player can revive any other player. So keeping an eye on dead bodies becomes really important. As far as these go, like I said, you've got your characters. You'll see some of them have two tabs in front of them. when we look at those, I'll show you what you unlock when you upgrade that character, and where to find out that information before you unlock anyone. One thing I will say in this ladder when you're unlocking, if you're a new player, if you're not terribly comfortable with the aim and shoot controls and movement and hiding and staying in cover and that sort of thing, and you want to get better and you want to be able to help your team, um, the first classes I would suggest getting into are Scout or Artillery. In the support class, Scout, you'll be able to spot enemies as they move. It has a motion sensor and the ability to spot them and highlight those enemies so that your teammates can find them or avoid being snuck up on. There are certain classes that cannot be marked with that, which we'll go over in a different video. And Artillery, you can mark characters, but it takes a lot longer of you holding the cursor over them for it to mark them. But you can also call in these area artillery strikes, which you can absolutely get kills with, but it's a great character class for suppressing snipers or any kind of ranged attacks, or if you have a large group of enemies pushing you, it can definitely disperse them and slow them down. So this is a terrific class these two classes are terrific to unlock right off the bat, along with the Point Man and the tank. The Point Man cannot be suppressed, and when you first play, you'll notice you can be suppressed by automatic fire or sniper rifle fire with most classes, and your screen will get really blurry and it'll start getting shaky, and it throws your aim off and and your speed off and prevents you from being able to revive teammates. Even if you're behind a wall, if they're firing over your head, a lot of times you'll get suppressed. With a Point Man, you don't have to worry about that. There's no way to suppress him. He also has a 30% health boost, which you'll see down in the corner. And obviously when you mouse over these, they're going to tell you all of their special abilities over to the right. And the tank, if your teammates are marked, you can hit your special, which is Z, if you have a special ability, and that will actually divert that intel and only show you on the enemy's tactical map. So that's a neat class to get into. It's a little more complicated to play than Point Man. Point Man you can rush and shoot. Definitely something, if right off the bat you're really good at aiming and you're good at movement, the Point Man's a great character class to get into. You're going to rack up kills really quick, and it's a necessity in almost every single round you'll play is a Point Man or a Predator who can do similar things, but doesn't have the ability to never be suppressed like the Point Man does. But like I said, we'll go over specific abilities in another video. So that kind of covers that. If you've bought any expansion packs like the Fallen Ghosts pack for Wildlands, that'll be available up here. And like I said, if you have Seasons Pass, you will start with Recruit, Pathfinder, Disruptor, and Predator right off the bat. And then you can unlock the other classes as you go. You'll never need to unlock those classes with points if you have the Seasons Pass. So, very good thing to remember. If you don't want to purchase the Seasons Pass, but you want to get Disruptor, Predator, and Pathfinder, and there will be more to come, but you can use these prestige points that you'll unlock when you get to prestige 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, you'll get more prestige points, which you can use to unlock them without having to buy your Seasons Pass. So that kind of covers the progression menu. If you do have any other questions about that, please leave them in the comment section below. We're going to go right to loadouts. And the loadouts page is, I don't need to spend a ton of time on this. I'll probably only go through 1 or 2 characters, and I'll just do different segments of weapon selection with different characters. I'll go with the Point Man here. Now, when you have, I have Point Man at level 2 when I'm as Prestige 5, so I have full unlock on the Point Man. So if I go to Edit up here, I can take this weapon, I can go into Parts, I can click on a part, and I can change the color of it. In some cases, like with rifles and sniper rifles and SMGs and shotguns, you can usually go to Scope and change your sights from one scope to another to iron sights. And over on the side over here, you'll see as I scroll through them, different stats change as you use different sights. The iron sights tend to give you better handling, better handling. They give you better handling, so the gun's not going to get as much muzzle climb. It's going to shoot a little bit tighter group when you're in full auto. But you don't get the zoom and you don't get the really nice red dot or crosshair reticle like you do with something like the ACR scope, or not the ACR scope, the digital scope, or the I always call it an ACOG, a TI 31H scope, which is the one I always use on there. It increases, if you started out with the digital scope, which it usually comes with by default. If you go up, the handling decreases a little bit, which can be compensated by burst firing. The accuracy and the range both increase, which are more important to me than the handling, which I know how to compensate for. I can then change the color. I could have it be the same camo as the gun. I can have it be black. I can have it be green, whatever one of these colors I want. When you go into these other ones, you're going to see there's no other options over here. It's just that rail cover, but I can modify the color of it. The magazine can only modify the color. The trigger, nothing else, just the color, not even the color even. The compensator, there's nothing else but the scope. If I click on the gun itself, you'll see the guns that are available. So these two are a unlockable item. You'll unlock them as you prestige up, or as you unlock crates, or when you buy expansion packs. Skin packs and things like that. So with the Point Man, you have the ACR and you have an AK-12. The AK-12 is going to be a little different, so the scopes that are available are going to be different. You have mostly red dot short range scopes, which accounts for it being, if you look at the stats over here, you'll notice when I mouse over the ACR has significantly greater accuracy and greater range, but a little bit lower damage, handling, fire rate, noise reduction, and penetration. So it's a little louder. It's, it tends to shoot a little bit wider group, but like I said, you can compensate for that by burst firing. And it does slightly less damage, but not a significant amount less. So that's why I like the ACR a little better. But the AK-12 has its place for sure, especially in more of the urban maps when you're going to be building to building. I really like it for that because it's easier to scope in with those little red dot sights, and the handling and the a little bit extra damage help a lot, and the accuracy is not as important at close range. So yeah, so I'm going to switch back to the ACR so I don't forget. And now I'm just going to switch to another class. I'll just go to Sentinel, and we'll look at pistols. So if I go to secondary weapon, I'll click on this first so we can see all the different ones that it has. And you can see the differences in accuracy and range and damage and whatever. But if I go into any pistol, obviously I can change the paint job, and go in, magazine's the magazine, can do it just like the rifle. The barrel, change the color of the barrel, which is kind of cool because you can have a custom pistol. But when I go to the muzzle, you have a suppressor that's going to be on it. So some of them offers you the ability to, you can actually take it off in game while you're running around. You hold the right mouse button to aim, and I believe it's V or C to take off the silencer. I can't remember off the top of my head, but you can remove the silencer from that gun. Some characters, specifically if we're going into the Ranger, has a semi-automatic rifle as his backup weapon, and also has a shotgun that he can use as a secondary weapon. And both of those you have the ability to change the sights on. So that's the assault rifle that the Ranger carries. So he carries that and a sniper rifle that shoots 3-shot burst. It's a really handy character. I know a lot of new players really like to dive in with that one because it seems really versatile. Snipers in this game can be a little bit tricky to get used to. If that's the first one you want and you just want to be a sniper and that's all you care about, the Ranger might not be a bad option. The sniper class, you definitely have to be dead on accurate. It has a pretty bad rate of fire, and but you can shoot through walls and things like that with snipers. So, but I would suggest going with the Ranger before the sniper, if you want to do a marksman class character. Beyond that, when you're we looked at perks back in the progress menu. This is where you'll select your perks, your default perk that you want them to have, and you can go through and select, whatever perk you think is best for that character or a situation. You may find that you played around and your team lost because um, maybe it's because you couldn't revive a teammate in time. That's a good example, I guess. You couldn't revive him fast enough. If you had just a split second more, you could have gotten your teammate up and you might have been able to win the round. So something like Quick Hands, where it reduces the revive time, might be useful. Or maybe you move around a lot while you're sniping and you're losing accuracy when you're moving around, so maybe you want to do Steady Hands, so that moving around doesn't affect your aim as much and it reduces the spread of bullets. That's a handy one as well. Um, or maybe you just want to get bonus points because you want to level up faster, so you maybe want to use the trainee so you get an extra 10% experience in game. There's a lot of different options, and we'll go over those perks at another time. But that's where you find them. The grenade and the flashbang you really can't change, and some characters only have one gun. This character class only has one rifle. There is a skinned version available, but that's about it. Other than that, it's just this. This is it for the primary. In the secondary, you have a shotgun and the SMG. Beyond that, that's pretty much it as far as this menu goes. You will notice when you go into recruit, he has a lot of options. You've got your assault rifle, your AK. You've got your semi-automatic sniper rifle, and the G28. You got the Type 95, which is a bullpup rifle, which doesn't do a lot of damage but has a huge clip. And then you've got a assault shotgun, which is a handy item to have. And then you have the options of all these different pistols. You got like what's this? A Colt 45. Yeah, there you go. You got a 1911. There you go. So nice 1911. Mine's green. Most of these guns come black by default, but the recruit doesn't have a whole lot to him, but he does get that promotion perk after you've leveled up, so he does get more damage dealt and 20% more HP, which is nice to have, and can make him certainly more useful the first few matches you have when you're trying to unlock characters after you prestige. So that's about it as far as the guns and customization go, but let's talk about the characters really quick, where you can go, let's see if I click on Pathfinder here. He's cool. He's got a crossbow. It's dead silent, and he has a semi-automatic rifle, or an actually fully automatic SMG as a sidearm. Or you can use, I believe they do a Desert Eagle, right? Yep, you get a Desert Eagle is the other option for the sidearm. But over here, you can go to Edit Appearance. So you can either click on this or you can click G. And that'll bring you into here. In their first update, they added presets. So you can have up to 3 different loadouts that are customizable. And all you have to do is go to one and right-click on it. And then you can go in and you can see, you can customize your character's gender. They have different face types, your shaggy hair, whatever, tattoos, all that good stuff. You can do your clothing customization through here, and when you click on things, you can change the color of your shirt. You can change the color of your pants, your vest, whatever you want to do. You can take the vest off completely. It's up to you. You can even change your footwear. Who doesn't love that? Look at these cool boots. Those are some cool boots. I like them boots. You can choose to put a ghillie suit on or not, whatever you want to do. Inside of that, they also have the accessories. So I have an eye patch on this one. You've got the neck scarf. You can wear a hat. You can decide what headset you want, gloves, backpack, and even pick the patches that you're going to put on the backpack. So if you want to maybe do something like, I don't know, maybe you want an American flag, or you want like a military thing, you can do whatever you want on there. It's very customizable. Under costumes, these are all presets, so you can't customize any of this, but you can definitely put this on that character. Now, if you have certain Ubisoft games, a lot of times they'll just give you skins that kind of cross over to another game in there, like they have a Ghost Recon Future Soldier if you have that, or if you have the Division or Splinter Cell. or I think that's Tomb Raider. I don't know what that is, but it's scary looking. And then icons, which I have none of, but that's where you'd find like your the legacy skins, like they have, like I said, they have the Rainbow Six Siege characters that you can unlock in the Spec Ops boxes. You'd find them under icons if you unlocked one of those skins and you wanted to use it. And then there's the randomize button where you can click this and it'll randomize an outfit for you. And you can just keep clicking it and it'll just keep randomizing it. And then if you find one you really like, you can just stick with it. And that can just be your outfit, like this one. This looks like a sexy nerd with a weird blue vest. Whatever. You just pick what you want at random and that's what you can use for your character if you're having trouble picking it out, or you just want to try something new and fun. These are all really weird. Yeah, that's fine. Whatever. So, and then you can pick your preset when you're in game. If you want to do a lighter camouflage for a lighter terrain, or a green camouflage for a more lush terrain, or whatever, weird camouflage for weird terrain, doesn't matter. You can pick that in here. The last tab along the top is stats, and that's going to show you what level you're at, what prestige you're at. So I'm at level 47 in prestige 5. So every time you prestige, you have to get to level 50 to get to the next prestige level, with a maximum of prestige 10 and level 50. It'll show you your win-loss ratio, how many wins, how many losses, your kills to your deaths, your kill-to-death ratio. It'll show you your weapon accuracy overall, which mine is looking really bad right now. Your longest kill distance, your average kill distance, how many melee kills you have. I have had 0. How many headshots you've made and explosive kills you made. I have quite a few headshots, so I'm pretty proud of that. How many players you revived, enemies marked, how long you've spent in drones. If you do ranked, this will be your current rank and your best rank ever. And then the perks that you use the most. I use Athletic Sprinter a lot. And then different character classes. This is going to be what, like your top your like top 11 character classes that you play. So I play Point Man the most rounds, and I have pretty good 2.8 KDR. But it'll tell you how many rounds you've played in each of those top 11 classes, and what your kill to death ratio is in that class. So it's pretty cool. Pretty cool feature. There's a link down here to take you to the external web page for your Ghost Recon profile, where you'll find a little bit more information. Yeah, and you can click back at any time to go back to your menu. When you're here, if you click up here, you're going to find your friends list. You can invite people to play, or send them a message, or if you've played with someone recently and you liked them, you can send them a friend request. The Open Notifications Center will tell you any recent notifications. So if someone asked you to join a party, or if you're in a game and someone left the game, it'll tell you who left up here. So you want to just pay attention to that, because you may have a friend who wants to play with you, and that's always fun. Let's see, beyond that, I think that's about it to start with. I hope it was helpful. If there's any other information you want, please leave a comment below. If you like this video and you want to keep up to date, definitely subscribe. And if you really liked this video, I'd love it if you'd give me one of them thumbs ups. But I hope you guys have a great day, and I hope to see you playing. If you want to check me out on Twitch, it's twitch.com/TEHZGAMEZ, so Tez Games. Twitch.com/Tez Games. Hope you found the video helpful, and we'll see you out there.